Alright. Hello and welcome to Drunken Dragon Gaming, where the drinks are cold, the meals are warm, and the games are on fire. Today we're back in Satisfactory. It feels like it's been a while since we've been in the game. But we're still working on Phase 5. Now we gotta work on the spatial energy regulation. So the one thing I see that we need to make is whatever that thing is that we need 100 of. Not sure what that thing's called. Let's see if we can figure it out this way. Superposition oscillator. Alright. That's what we need. Okay, so this has all got one recipe. Alright, so it gives off dark matter residue produced in quantum encoder. Okay. Alkyd aluminum sheets. Alright, we're going to have to get that delivered. Crystal oscillators and dark matter crystal. But I opened up a new recipe for that. So alright, well, guess this is going to be what we're going to try making. It was 12.5 per minute. That I know we've got covered. Excited photonic matter. Okay, how do we make this? Produced in converter. This isn't really telling me anything here. Alright, give me a moment to grab a smoke. And then we'll work on how to build this stuff. Because I think this is going to take some experimenting. Got to decide where we're building it too. So it looks like we need Sam. That's going to be the primary. And we're going to need to be running converters. So hope everybody's having a decent Tuesday. And I don't know if anybody's going to be joining me tonight or not. Superposition oscillator. I have a suspicion this is going to be a very large factory. Got a lot of pieces, a lot of steps to it, looks like. And it looks like we're going to do some fluid balancing on it as well. So I think first things first, let's take a look at the map. See what we need for this. Because to make this, that we're making, and that we're making. This, I don't know how you make it. It says it's produced in a converter. Let's let's use this as a test area. Let's put down a converter. Excited photonic matter. Oh. It just produces it. Okay. That's interesting. No input needed. It just outputs. Okay. Alright, so that takes care of that idea. Now, dark matter residue is reanimated sound. Okay, that's pretty easy. Okay, let me look at the dark matter crystal. Dark matter residue with diamonds. Huh. It's doing the desync thing again. Let me do this. Because I completed a hard drive that gave us another dark matter crystal recipe. Oh yeah, look at that. That ping has gone insane. If it keeps doing that, I don't know how long we'll play Satisfactory tonight. May have to swap up games, I'm not sure. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, there we go. There's the other recipe we got. Alright, so it'd be taking the time crystals, using the same amount of dark matter residue. So basically we're using double the diamonds, which then produces twice as many. Okay. let's what do we get? Oh, that actually makes it easier. Let's grab that. It only does 20 per minute, but all we have to have is just dark matter residue. And that goes into particle accelerators. Okay. Apparently, the dark matter crystal can be used for power. Okay, so there's that. That expels dark matter residue. Can we package dark matter residue? Okay, doesn't look like we can package the dark matter residue. So we need it going somewhere else. Alright, let's make that 250. That's 75 dark matter crystals per minute. Hey, Bamana. Hey, Ashes. Let's see. Alkyd aluminum sheets. Okay, we're good there. Excited photonic matter. Apparently that's a piece of cake to make. And dark matter residue. We're going to have that exiting at 312.5 per minute. And this wants... It's going to want 500 per minute. Okay. Alright, let's take a look around. See where we got some SAM. Preferably a pure node. Normal. Impure. Impure. Is there any up here? Oh, we got an impure node up there. Got pure sound there, where I've got nothing else really. I could make for a challenging build. Hey, we've already got this stuff being made over here. That's a normal. We could get the SAM transported. Just thought. Drone ports galore out here for all the stuff that we're doing. Let's see. That's just me. Let's go over here and take a look at this. After the autosave finishes. Heading to the Spire Coast. Ship the map. Surrounded by uranium. Nice. So what do we want it to come out at? So we do have that rail line over there. I don't know how that would reconnect. Hey, squirrel. Okay, so debating on the best way to run this stuff. Because we're going to have to have a number of train stations delivering stuff. But where and how do we want it delivered? That's the big question. And really, I wonder if it would be smarter it might be smarter to make a factory that is dedicated to making this dark matter crystal. Oh, but then what do I do with the excess? What do I do with the excess? Because this is going to pump out dark matter residue. And you can't package it. So I'd have to produce the crystals where I'm building the superposition oscillators. Hey, Chenny. Yes, highly unstable. Okay, so we're going to produce the crystals wherever it is that we're producing the superposition oscillator. There's no way around that. So the better thing to do Oh, okay. Maybe do that. Okay. Make a machine dedicated to making reanimated Sam. I hear you. And yeah, I plan on doing it Friday. That'd be awesome. Now, where to make that so I can actually ship it out? I've really got to adjust the sensitivity there on Streamlabs. I don't get why it's gotten worse over time with different things it thinks are foul language. Oh, okay. I want to use the Sam that's here. So the question is, where are we going to take it to? Because that train station... Is this train station actually doing anything? Oh look, all the coral showed back up. Oh yep, that's a desync issue. Alright, so that's exporting rubber. Plastic. Not a good spot to be able to tie the trains back in. Air train. Nope. But with all that stuff still sitting there, you know, this is one of the things that frustrates me. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. back to our server manager. See? The ping went nuts on it again. Now load us back in, and hopefully that'll make it where that area looks correct now, because we got rid of all that. Yep, see? Now it's all cleaned up. Now it looks like it's supposed to. Alright, I'm going to smoke real quick while we ponder best options on this factory. Hey, we know what the end result is that we want. I see a decent way to set up a train. Oh, okay, hold on. How many of these do I need? Let's check the constructor. Put it up a constructor. And we want the reanimated Sam. Okay, and then we max this out. Alright, that was 300 per minute. We'll be able to do 12. Which gets us 75 reanimated per minute. There's 4 machines. It's only 4 machines. And that'll get us 300 reanimated Sam per minute. Which... that's needed for the dark matter crystal. I think we're going to use this recipe here. Alright, it wants 200 per minute. So I'll bring this up to 250. That wants 500 dark matter residue a minute. I'll be bringing in 300. But then, when we look at this here, oh, but I gotta make sure I'm actually using 50 dark matter crystals per minute. Oh, that's gonna be easy. Okay. So we bring that to 250. That wants 75 dark matter crystals per minute. We're gonna have 50 per minute. Maybe downclock this to where that's only needing 50 per minute. So let's try 200%. Close. 175. Closer. 170. 51. Nope, that brings it down to 48. That's close enough. Alright, so that's going to output 208. I can bring in 300, which gets us our 500, but it gives us just a little too much dark matter residue. Well, I can always adjust how much is going in. Use that 208 first, and then whatever's left. Lots of math on this one, chat. Lots of math. And this is when we're calculating using a pure node of SAM, of which I've only got 1 or 2. So I'm going to need stuff imported here. The dark matter crystals, that's just going to be straight residue. And then what did we figure out about the... That's 50 per machine. Oh. With a dark matter residue. Yeah, we did the math on that. So the most I can get out of a pure node for the dark matter residue is 300. Okay. Alright, I think we got our numbers figured out. Now, can I make this to where it only shows I was kind of hoping that we could filter this to make it only show. Is there a filter on here somewhere? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no filter to be able to stick on here. I was hoping to be able to throw a filter on it to show only the SAM nodes. That's impure. That's normal. Thunder told me there's nothing over there. Normal. Impure. 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 Pure. And impure. I think we needed all that. I think. Impure. 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 So where I'm saying that this is the only other pure node on the map, looks like. Okay. I want to go check down here and see if we actually needed all this. Oh, but I need to... That reminds me. Okay, first things first. Let's get back over to the aluminum factory, because we need to upgrade all the belts. Totally forgot that we need to upgrade all the belts at the aluminum factory. Am I going the right way? Yeah, but you know, since we did a couple of things, decided we needed to do some updates, and I was doing some exploration on numbers and whatnot. So this will probably be a little bit of a shorter Satisfactory stream, I think. But I thought about the fact that unless we've already done it, because the aluminum factory was built for the 1200 belts. So I'm running down there. As long as I can pay attention to where I'm going. Yeah, that's what I figured. So, I mean, that's something that's fairly easy to do. But really, that's something that honestly really kind of needs to be done offline, in my opinion. And I was working on the math for making the superposition oscillators. I finally got the math figured out. It's not an easy build. Oh, yep. like we already updated all the belts here. Oh, no, we didn't. I got you. Yeah, well, I mean, it's Tuesday, so if we do swap games, I'll be swapping over to Foundry. Most likely. Huh, it's not letting me... Oh, because I've got the wrong one in my pocket. That's what it is. thought I was ready to finish. Hey, Jakes. Yep. Yep, back at it. Really, we're just doing some upgrades.
Who put level 1 conveyors or lifts in the aluminum factory?
That was not I. That's why we take it right on the conveyor, so we make sure we don't miss any spots.
Okay, that level is on level 6.
Got that part going in. What is that over there? Oh, that's Sam that doesn't actually have any belt attached to it. Okay. There's that one. That's where I'm bringing in that there. There it is.
Finding all the bells to upgrade is much easier when you built them in the first place.
Yep. Let's get those taken care of. That's the one right there. Alright, buddy. Appreciate it, Jakes. That should have bauxite moving at maximum efficiency now. And the coal. Yeah, that looks like, the aluminum scrap is running like crazy, so. Now, I know Tundra did the math on these. So I don't know if the water is set for being able to ramp these up.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I ran out of bits in the depot.
Which bits?
Trigons.
Oh, well, that's to be expected. They're not producing real fast. So that's one of those things I noticed, is that to build something that really is going to produce like crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it's not unexpected. Well, it's just a surprise when I was going down the line. Click, click, click. Now it's not clicking. What's going on?
Well, remember, I was doing upgrades as well.
Yep.
And I was doing much longer belts, so I was probably using up more of it. Because I've got all the belts from all the drills all upgraded now.
You're working on the what's feeding the aluminum?
That's what I was looking at. Well, right now I'm looking at the lose my English here. I'm looking at the aluminum scrap. Because I don't know when Tundra did this and did the numbers on it and everything. Because all of them are set to 780, so it's set to maximum belt speed. Or what we previously had. So I don't know if we have enough coming in to be able to upgrade for the scrap to be making 1200. Oh, we have the appropriate amount of bauxite coming in and everything now. I think we had this station set to choke until we got the 1200 belts.
I believe that is the case. So I got my new window unit in today, delivered. Cool.
it's definitely a two-man job to install it though, and I'm home alone.
Yeah, those things are not
Not light.
one man.
Hey, it's 75 pounds.
75 shouldn't be too bad.
No.
Those would be more awkward than heavy.
Well, there is that. But it wasn't inexpensive, so I don't want it dropping out the window while I'm trying to install it.
Very true. I have only had to fight with one of those in my life, and that's the only one I ever want to fight with. And we had 2 people.
Well, I'm gonna wait until my wife and kids get home from their vacation on Thursday to have my wife help me get the thing installed. But that should help significantly with cooling off the house.
Yeah.
At least that's the
All right. Well, it can't hurt.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take the little tiny room air conditioner that I've got, and I'm going to move that into the bedroom so that, you know, now we'll have the little mobile unit doing its thing, and then we'll have the window unit doing its thing. Between the two of them, that should help really cool off the house a bit, especially as warm as it's starting to get.
Yeah, I've got my AC on today for the second time this year. First time was more than a month ago.
Oh, I've been running this little AC unit since February.
Wow. Of course, you're 500 or so miles south of me.
Yeah, it's gotten a little warm. Message Tundra.
That's another 6. That's 5.
Shot Tundra a message. Hopefully he'll see it and be able to give us some insight. I don't want to mess with the machine settings until I know that this is...
That everything else is ready for him.
Yeah, I want to make sure it's set for me to be able to up this stuff. Okay, Tundra says it's not set up to be able to handle the 1200 belts. So it would take reconfiguration of a lot of machines.
6. Yeah, looks like 6.
Right, well, the bauxite manifold looks like it's already set pretty good. It's already balancing everything coming out. The spot that I was wondering was going from the alumina solution to the alumina scrap. I was looking at alumina scrap. I see you've got it set pretty exact. So 780 per minute alumina scrap. So I believe downstairs we got the machines set for as if we had the 1200 belts, so we could increase the output of this thing. That's not the last machine. Oh, the last machine's... Why is it not getting anything?
Everything in the aluminum factory is now upgraded.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so this one was set just a hair, just a fraction lower. Well, with the amount of aluminum that we're going to need for a couple other recipes, I think so. I'm not 100% on that. I was trying to figure out one of the other factories that need to be built, and then I realized that we hadn't upgraded the belts at the aluminum factory, so I came back down here. And then I'm going to have trains. I don't know how. I don't know how to do it, because really what I'm looking at is I'm thinking about using this space right here for a factory, because I need Sam. So yeah, that's what I thought, Tundra. I just didn't know if my fear would be is if I up the machines, then I could wind up making the whole thing choke, because I know what a precarious balance beam the aluminum factory is. Yeah, we upgraded all the belts in the aluminum factory and all the belts for what's coming in. So like this node over here that was producing 1200 is now not just producing 1200, but it's giving 1200 because we got the belts. Yeah, see, that's what I thought, Tundra. But right now, I don't think it's a necessity. And we're making so much stuff here that I think we're okay. And we got this moving pretty good, so I went through and double checked, made sure I got all the little corners and nuggets of belts. So I think we're good there. Okay. And I don't need a lot of them. Yeah, well, that's the other thing I've been noticing is that I'm still getting some lag-tasticness in the game. Yeah, I've had to log out to the main menu, I think 3 times already, to fix the desync. Have they fixed my radio yet? Oh! I get new music. Yay! Alright, let's come down here. Yep, we can change the music now. Oh, there we go. I like that. Alright, auto save finished. Sheets. 75 per minute, and we are making how many machines worth? Oh, a lot. Those are 75 each. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1,650 sheets a minute. Yeah, we're plenty good on sheets. Alright, so we're running fine up here. So then, the challenge is, and this is something I've been studying, Tundra, looking at the layout of the land over here, running a train into this area to have 3 imports, plus an export for a factory that probably going to be fairly sizable. Not too enormously huge, but big enough. Hey, Voodoo. Alright. Appreciate you, Tundra. So, Bit Viper, like I said, we'll save some of this stuff for once Tundra is caught up. But the next thing I was looking at is really is the only thing we need to make to unlock the spatial energy regulation, which then unlocks the teleporters.
Okay.
Is a superposition oscillator, and I was looking at it going, okay, well, you know, I can just get Sam delivered and do it that way. And I mean, yeah, that's absolutely a way to do it. But there's a spot where we got a pure node of Sam that I could tap up in the Spiral Coast. That would give us plenty. We do have a factory somewhere making the crystal oscillators, right?
Yes. In fact, I think, I'm not certain, I think that's at, I was going to say that's at supercomputers, but no.
Yeah, so...
I know they're being made, I'm not sure where.
So over in that area, all I need is crystal oscillators and alclad aluminum sheets being delivered. And
they're being made at Crystal Palace.
Okay. So, trying to figure out how the train route would go over there, because the spot that I'm looking to build is going to be a pain in the butt train-wise, I think. So I'm thinking about building here. Because that's where the pure node of Sam is. And I checked. I have checked and double-checked and triple-checked the map. That is the only pure node of Sam.
That would be an interesting train route, yes. Not impossible, but interesting.
Well, it's because of how the trains are already set up over there. And yeah, I guess you can go around the thing and reconnect. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, no. I'm seeing it in my head now how that would be able to kind of have a spot where you'd be able to fork off and come around to there. Okay.
I'm not, all right, what key did I remap that to? Oh, then I remapped my keys again. I don't know how the stuff is, the trains have run over there, but I would take and branch off and come.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at and thinking. But I think the trains would have to come to the north side of the factory, I think, for ease.
Isn't the train running down the valley there? I pinged.
I didn't see where you're pinging at.
We mapped down a little bit. Right there. There you go.
I don't think the train's coming through there. I think...
Isn't it going down the big valley?
It is, but it's coming through here, I believe.
Ah, okay. So under the arch? That could be fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's already got that train there. What I'm looking at is where it was split off at, because I'm looking at where the train stations currently are and where the rail line currently is. But yeah, I see we could basically split off the rail line here, where that train's coming from there. We could split off the line here and then go there and then kind of come around like this.
Scenic trip.
And then reconnect to the line right in this area.
Okay. I can imagine Tundra having fun building that for the scenic route. He'd have fun decorating that.
I mean, I'm sure Tundra would come up with a much better route.
Oh, there's that. Again, I don't have any way of seeing where the trains actually run out there. I don't think I've even been up there on this map.
You have. You're the one that put the drone port down for the packaged fuel.
Isn't that over here?
Right there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on the edge of that whole mess.
Because that's where I've got the initial plastic and rubber factory being built.
Okay.
So now the superposition oscillators, they get put together basically just like aluminum does, because it's going to have a fluid output, because it outputs dark matter residue, but dark matter residue is what's used to make the dark matter crystals, which are used to make the superposition oscillators. So it's just like how, like, when you have the output of water from your aluminum before you get the pure scrap recipe.
Yep.
But I don't think it'll be quite as. I don't think it'll be quite as complicated, because all it is taking reanimated SAM, throwing it into a converter, which then converts it into dark matter residue. I already did my calculations on it, and even with a pure node, pure node of SAM, that's 1,200 per minute, and I need 300 per minute per machine. So that's 4 machines. That gives me 75 per minute. That gives me 300 per minute of the dark matter residue. And the machine's going to want 500 per minute, but the output of the overflow, the output of the end result, gives 218. So wrap that around and run it back into the system, and it'll balance itself out with a couple of valves.
All right, I would really be happy if it would quit jumping me around so I can keep track of where in shit I am. Okay, I think aluminum is all upgraded, including the train station.
Nice. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, make sure the train station's upgraded. That is essential. Alright, I'm heading north. Hey, if you want to follow me out to the spires, I can show you what it is I'm thinking.
Nope. I just found a couple more, so I'll be a minute.
Yep.
You shouldn't hear it, but if you hear my radio in the background, yell at me.
Got. There's a train that never got finished. Not sure what its intention was.
All right, I think that's all of them. And I'll figure out how to get out of here. Nope.
Use the elevator.
Yeah, I gotta find that first. elevator. Open sesame.
Yeah, I may have Tundra update my schedule to kind of put Satisfactory on hold until he catches up.
Okay, that didn't work well.
Yay, desync. Oh yeah, definite desync.
Oh, sure. I land on the railroad track and along comes the train. Ah, come on. Whenever you're ready, game.
Alright, let me back out of the main menu for a second. And then reconnect so it fixes the desync issue.
Should I do the same?
Oh no, I think it's just on my end. Because my ping's good and everything. Just I went out with a desync from time to time. Oh my. I didn't see that. We got 27 people watching tonight. There we go. I love how these trees blow up.
Yeah, the new cutting down, blowing up animations are cool.
Alright. So now we can see a little bit better. So right here next to this radar tower, this is where I was looking at building.
Go, go, go! Oh, shit. All the way down. Doug.
So we can split off the rail line somewhere in that vicinity there. Come up through
Would
here.
you mind coming in and reviving me? I'm just south of you.
Okay.
I stuck the landing just at the wrong level.
Where are you?
All the way down.
Oh. Okay, Okay, I'm looking for you.
I'm in the shade.
In the water or actually on the ground?
On the beach. And I'm on apparently the other side of the pillar. Or else you're above. No. Yeah, I'm still south of you. Head towards the river. Now you're going on the other side of a big pillar.
Yeah, I'm at the railroad. Because you're not showing up on the map for me.
Oh, I am behind you. Now go south. Turn right.
I'm still not seeing you.
You should be right on top of me. I'm on the water in between two big rock pillars. I see your flashlight. See the beast there that you're next to you where your flashlight is?
Yep.
I can see him. He is just to my north. I am on that river, just south of him. I see you. You're walking from my right to left. Turn to your left from your direction of travel.
Autosave.
There you go. Walk by.
You're bright green, so it'd be easy to
find.
find.
It out?
Do what?
She spelled it out. Instead of saying fix it, she spelled it out. That's new. I don't have any jet fuel. Let's see. What I can use that.
There's plenty in the depot. Okay, now. So there's the SAM node that I won't be using.
Oh, okay. Trying to figure out where the radiation was coming from.
From all the nuggets.
Yeah, but I didn't notice where they were until I stepped on them.
So down there on the water, basically on the other side of that radar tower is where I'm looking to build basically a platform and factory.
Okay.
So after doing the math and everything, I can do everything that's needed here as long as I can get crystal oscillators and alclad sheets imported up here. Now, something that's interesting with this recipe, and it took me a while. I was trying to figure this out. If you look up the excited photonic matter, which is something I have to have.
All right.
This
all
thing.
My keys are done.
Oh, okay. So you got rid of your calculator and everything else because you don't like the buttons where they're at.
No, all those are the same. It's just the ones I use all the time that are messed up. I reset them a couple days ago to try to get my. I wasn't able to because I had reassigned the control and alt keys to other things. I couldn't rotate things I was building.
Oh.
So at the moment, almost everything is default again, which I'm not used to.
Well, like I said, if you just hit the letter N and type in excited.
Yep, I got it.
That's an odd recipe, isn't it? Uh-huh. Looks weird, doesn't it?
A little.
So I had to sit down, actually build a converter to figure out what in the world. And sure enough, it requires no input. You can just set it to that and it just outputs it.
Okay.
Right? I guess it just sucks it out of the air.
But it would be a energy to matter conversion thing. So I'll bet that's using a whole crap load of power to do that.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'll need particle accelerators and converters for this factory. Because the superposition oscillator, because that's what I'm working on. That's made in the quantum encoder. So I'll need quantum encoders, not many of them, because I'm only going to be able to make so much dark matter with that node of SAM. So I'm limited to what I can do there.
Right.
The SAM is going to be my limitation. So it's not going to be a ridiculously huge factory, but it's going to be slightly complicated, I think. Number one is getting the SAM down there, that's easy. That's just belts.
Belts and elevators.
But you can see what I meant by the getting the train there is going to be interesting.
Where is the... Okay, there's the train. And that train is coming up from original base, isn't it?
Not quite.
Isn't that the track that goes through the original base?
No, we don't have a track going through the original base.
Well, the old coal power plant, the manufacturing center.
It does connect to that rail line. All the rail lines are interconnected somewhere along the track.
Well, looks like should be able to split off right over there.
So I was thinking, if you split off from there.
Yep.
And then bring rail line in from back there.
Yeah, I would think of it coming in on the far side of those two power towers and then running around between those two islands where you just marked, and then up off on the out in the clear area.
Yeah. Because you've got railroad lines. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh. Okay, I see where the rail line's at. The other end of the rail line is there. So it'd have to split off from there and from there.
Nope. There's an edge there.
So I think to start with, though, I can go ahead and start throwing down some foundation out here.
I don't see rail over here.
I can't show you now because I dropped down to the ground. Basically, what I was saying, I'm just coming down to the factory. I think that'll make it easier.
Well, over by the factory, I know where you're talking about. It was the other side. I wasn't sure where you're going.
Yep.
But over by the factory, I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, so the other side is over here. Hey, Phoenix. How you doing, brother?
Oh, that's why my keys don't work.
Looking at this curve right here.
Why breaking over there? Or branching over there, not breaking.
Well, because this makes your wraparound. This way you tie into the rail line as it's already built. Because there's no rail line back there in the back. So break them there.
I thought we were going to do the rail line here. Okay.
Both. You do a wraparound. That way the trains, wherever they're picking up stuff from, don't have to run crazy routes. Because they'll choose the shortest route. So if we give it a efficient way to connect, then the trains will just run however they need to. At least that's how I understand it.
Yes, you are right on that. I'm just confused as to your route planning.
What's confusing about it?
Your far connect or branch point is farther from
is where the crystal oscillators are.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Make sense?
A little bit. It's farther from this factory, but it is closer to the crystal oscillators, yes.
Oh yeah, and this is barely scratching the surface, Phoenix. We're actually towards the tail end of the game. This is actually what you're seeing over here. This is actually one of the older factories that I built. All right. Invalid aim location. Oh, it's gonna force me to... Alright, fine. Oh... It's not letting me build. Alright. Back to the main menu. For me.
You're getting a lot of work out of that menu.
Yep. But as soon as I notice it doing something like that, I learn to just go ahead and step out and then step back in. Yeah, I think that's just a dedicated server thing. That and, you know, I'm sitting here watching my video card trying to cook itself.
So you don't need to use the heater parts of that your heating cooling system.
No. No, and actually these units don't have a heater portion of them.
But you probably don't need a whole lot down there. Well, I guess you do.
Oh yeah, I mean it gets down to teens.
I wish the stupid thing they put in here would auto switch between cold and heat. Gotta go through a bunch of BS to switch it back and forth.
Oh, my old thermostat would let me do that.
I'll bet you're hearing the radio.
But I also had it programmed for certain temperatures.
Right.
Alright. We may need to reroute this oil pipeline.
Okay. Want to put it under the platform? No, that'd be difficult.
That's going to be a challenge. I think what it'll be is we'll put up walls and we'll run it down the wall.
Okay.
And we can put in a gate for the train. And then the pipe will just go up and over the gate, and that'll solve that particular conundrum.
We can take and
See how this does for us room-wise. So Sam is going to come down from up there. So Sam's going to come down from up there. We will put in the constructors here. Oh, I can hear your radio now.
Interesting break indeed.
That's loud.
Yep. That is somebody. That's my amateur radio. That's someone from New York. I'm apparently hearing them quite well. Can't hear anyone else, but I can hear them.
You doing a ham radio?
Yeah. 30 years. 30 years licensed.
Going back to the days of Pump It Up. Love that movie.
Okay. Let's see. There we go.
Max that out. 75 per minute. Oh, well, you know, I could do that. That's an option. If we absolutely have to. We could double this to 600. We don't need to right now, I don't think. But yeah, we could double that to 600.
Is it acceptable to interrupt this pipeline?
Yeah, as long as you reconnect it.
Oh, come on! Boy, all the fun.
I'm doing alright, Knucklehead. Appreciate you asking. Alright, so now the reanimated Sam. That goes into a converter. How many converters do we need? Dark matter residue. That's 125 reanimated sound per minute. So 2 more converters. Enough room for a manifold. Ah! Stop! I spelled something on my keyboard the other day, and so now I got a couple of sticky keys on my arrow keys. So trying to use the nudge
That sucks.
is a little challenging because I'll hit an arrow key, and he goes, "Oh, you want me to go that way? All right, I'm gonna keep going that way." It's like, no,
Yeah.
I need you to go just a little bit.
I had to clean the radio mic this morning for the same reason. Anytime I went to try to key up, it said no. And I'd press and I'd press, and then it finally goes slam. Apparently, at some point, something got spilled on the microphone, and it basically glued the key to the case.
Alright, so we're gonna have
Your pipeline is smooth.
75, so that's 300. Dark matter residue. It's 125. No, not that. Huh. Wait a minute. Okay, so I did not sync this correctly. Okay. This is for the dark matter crystals. Let's superposition oscillator done at 250%. That's going to produce 312 dark matter residue per minute. And wants 75 dark matter crystals per minute. Alright, so to get 75 dark matter crystals per minute, we're going to be using this alternate here. That wants 500 dark matter residue per minute. That's the 500 that we need right there. And that's using 125, 125. So leave this last one at 50. Now use the 300. That gives us 600 dark matter residue a minute. You mean like that, Dreadnought? Alright, that's the 50. 125, 125, that's 300. That'll take the full 300 out of there. We'll have it balance across. That might be sitting just a little too close, because we're going to need that to manifold out. Okay.
Oh, there's Edge. Okay, to start running the rail line, or should leave that for Tundra?
If you want to, go ahead. Because I don't know when the next time Tundra will actually jump on this server.
Okay, if you want it coming between these two islands back here, right?
Okay. Whatever way works best, just lay down the trade stations over here first so I can see where they're going to be at, so that I can adjust my floor plan accordingly for the build.
Where would you like them? Where? I'm assuming on the back side of the platform here somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere over there probably work the best.
What's the maximum distance back you're going to want?
I don't know. You build however you want to.
I mean, is where I'm at now going to leave you enough room on your side of me?
Oh, probably not. But like I said, I'm not worried about that. I can adjust more. I can put down more foundation or whatnot to adjust for whatever is needed.
Okay, so if I have the near edge of the foundation of the train stations where I'm standing, that's okay for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I can put them a lot farther out. It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, if you can get farther out to the edge, that'd be great. You know, as far out to the edge over here as you can go would be fantastic.
Okay, just to clarify, you want farther north is better.
Let's see. We need 2 stations one bringing in the oscillators, one bringing in the alclad sheets, And then we need one as an export for the superposition oscillators. So we need 3 stations.
Okay.
And I'm not sure
So
how
you're
many
making,
trains worth of.
well, definitely need to put more foundation out, but you're saying that the farther north the stations are, the better for you? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was also going to say, as far as the oscillators go, I think 1 car will be plenty. The sheets. Let's try with 1 car, but leave enough space on the station to put room for a second car just in case we need it.
Okay. There'll be plenty of room for that.
Alright, so that puts those there.
Ah.
Now, oh crap. Okay. I'm gonna make it. How much residue per minute? 500, 600 per minute. $600 per minute. That only gives me 60 dark metal crystals a minute. Alright, so I think we're going to go nuts and put summer sloops in the particle accelerators. Wow. Then again, doing it this way. How many time crystals per minute am I making over there? Hold on, I'm rethinking my recipe here. I was trying to do something to make my life easy, but
Hit Satisfactory? Yeah. Uh-huh.
well, the thing is that so there's dark matter crystallization that'll make the dark matter crystals. That's an alternate recipe, which just means all I need is just dark matter residue. Whereas I can do the dark matter trap, which is dark matter residue and time crystals, and that'll give me 60 dark matter crystals per minute, as opposed to the 20 per minute that just straight dark matter does. And then there's the original recipe, which is diamonds plus dark matter, which is 30 per minute. So that the diamonds one, that the dark matter crystal one is useless, but the one with the time crystal could definitely be an option. Yeah, I can stick with what I've got currently, and then build uh, 3 particle accelerators, which will give me 60 dark matter crystals per minute. Oh, how's that feedback loop going to work? Wait a minute. So that still outputs. Oh man, this is going to be. I'm gonna have to get finicky with the valves.
That's what they're there for.
That way, the residual dark matter residue can come back down to here. Because then, alright, so particle accelerators for these crystals, but then superposition oscillator has to be made in the quantum encoder. Wait a second. What the hell is a quantum encoder? Oh, I haven't made one of these. Warning, power usage is extremely high and unstable. How big is this thing? Oh my goodness.
Oh, hello. Holy crap.
Oh, this is interesting looking.
And I can't land on top of it.
I landed on top of it.
I just go right through it.
Well, I landed in the middle.
Yeah, you're standing in the middle of air.
But yeah, the arms apparently don't exist. And I think that's because they move.
Ah, that could be. Well, the animation is questionable. How's that for train station location? I can move them further back easily if you want.
That'll work.
Any preferred direction as for train travel?
Give me a second here. No, I don't have a preferred direction. And then bump that up.
Speed.
So I'm only going to be running one of these machines. So I'm thinking about going vertical and putting this on the top of the building because I bet this is going to have. I bet this thing's going to have an interesting. It's going to have an interesting animation to it and everything. I can't sloop it because then it's going to produce more dark matter residue than I can use. It will make more dark matter residue than what I'm putting in.
Oh, wow.
If I sloop it. Okay. That's a big machine. That's the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, that's the biggest machine yet, isn't it?
I think so. I have to have a place for particle accelerators as well. So I'm having a thought on this build. I'm thinking about building vertical, but building it looking like a car parking garage. So we'll have levels, but instead of walls, it'll be open, and so you can kind of see all the cool different machines running on it.
Okay.
And yes, it'll have an exterior elevator. Because all these machines are fairly tall. Yeah, and I don't know what comes out the top of that thing, if anything. Kind of looks like something would happen out of the top of that. Alright, so we know that's going to be doing that. That'll be at the top. Then we're going to bring his dark matter residue back down. That's going to be 312.5 per minute. Now, this is making the dark matter residue. This is going to be making 100. It's going to be making 600 total. So we run them all into one pipe. And then put the valve on that one pipe. Because the crystals have to be made in which machine? They get made in the particle accelerators. Okay. Now, what I'm wondering, because I'm not running water into these. I think because it's dark matter, I think it's going to work like a gas. So I'm not going to need to worry about pumps. All we're going to have to worry about is valves. That's my theory. Well, and then we're going to have the insanity of when we finish this spatial energy regulation. That's what's going to unlock the item that we have to... Oh, wait a second. Do we already have it? Hold on. Put down a mound. Alien technology. And this wants... Yeah, so we don't have that unlocked yet, the singularity cell. This spatial energy regulation will get us the singularity cell, which then will unlock the alien power matrix, which then we will run into... We'll have to get it being made somewhere and getting delivered over to the where the turbo. Oh man, I got to get it delivered into a number of spots because it gets fed into all the alien power augmenters, which enhances the output of the alien power augmenters. So that'll help us with our power matrix. Okay. Double check, make sure the stream's still running smooth.
Yep.
Alright, so we're only going to have one of those machines. He's got the rail line there. So... we put down particle accelerators. How many did I say I needed? That's gonna be doing that. It's going to take 500 dark matter residue per minute. So then it's the second one that's then downclocked. I don't think I got enough room for another.
You'll under 2 and train Tango together.
I want room for the pipe.
We are pro deforestation here, right?
Yep. So that goes there. Then okay. So if I temporarily do this way. Wait for the autosave to end. Oh man, it didn't build it. Okay. Back to main menu. Yeah, okay, the ping got a little bit higher. Yeah, connection to the server's been lost. There we go, that's what was going on. Ping went nuts on me. I can't even reconnect right now, Bit Viper.
Let's see what it looks like for the Eeks. 300 for me even.
Yep, that's what mine's showing too.
Going down slowly.
I think 160 is as good as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, it's stuck around 150 for me too. This server appears to be offline. Oh, maybe if I picked the right one. Well, like it's showing me a ping. How can it be offline? Let's see. So we have to come.
Oh, hey, look, there's all that foundation that you built that never appeared for me. Is this tall enough? I think it might be. Can you take a look down below And tell me how close I got to the top of the particle accelerators.
You got all kinds of room. From here, I'd say at least 2 foundations worth.
1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter.
At least 8 meters.
Okay, cool. We'll work with that. We'll just fill this in here. I know I don't need all this space for one machine.
What are you working? What are you building with right now? What are you standing on? 2?
2.
I'd say there's 6 between the bottom of that and the top of the thingies.
Okay, cool. I need to aim. Is that the right one? Can't tell.
So what I'm going to have to do...
Is that in line?
One spot.
No, off by 1. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad because, I did say we're going to hold off on things until Thunder got here, and then, I get factory in my head and proceed to build.
Not a huge issue. It's your server. What did I do? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then... What the... Oh.
Oh, there is no floor there.
I thought that was supposed to be my problem.
A huge platform for just one machine. Oh, that place is weird. Okay, yeah, that makes it look interesting. Honestly, I don't mind doing the foundation columns like that. It doesn't look horrible. And then we can use just a thought here, looking at how you're doing this train station lineup.
Well, where the stations are is, they're going to move to one side or the other, to one end or the other. You look at where the rail on my side is.
Yeah.
That's where everything's going to go from.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at how you have them lined up, though. It's going to make belting the imports a little challenging.
Should I raise them up for a logistics layer?
You don't have to raise them up, but you could kind of do them in a row. I know you got them in a row going one direction, do them in a row in the opposite direction.
I get you. Serial, not parallel.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
I think that might work out better.
Gonna need a little bit more room lengthwise, but
sure. We've got room. Alright, so those are going to be coming up there. That's going to be coming up there. So we are going to put the encoder.
Let's see how this works.
With the input spacing this way.
Okay, so we have plenty of places to tap here.
Not quite centered. Just trying to center it. Let's do this. Hey, Petra. No, I don't have Tundra with me today. Tundra's holding off on rejoining us until he gets to the same place in his personal game. 1, 2, 5. Oh yeah, he was in chat earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So line up. Like that. Alright, that gets set. Got 3. All right, that's centered. we've centered that machine for the top of the building. I do have Bit Viper in invoice with me though.
That's what you think.
Let me. Holy cow. Did I get raided? And I missed it? I didn't see anybody say that they raided. Yeah, it was nice having Bear join us. Unfortunately, his and I's time zones plus our schedules just really don't line up very well. Alright, that's got the quantum encoder, so we're going to set that to making superposition oscillator. Oh, and we're maxing that out because I did calculate everything for this to shoot. I forgot about that. What kind of space we got down here? Okay, so one of these machines. Can I fit one more in here and still be under the roof? Come on. Why is that not lining up? It's placing weird. There we go. No, Voodoo. The resources aren't finite, but how much you can pull out of a node is, and so that's what you're working off of numbers-wise. All right, one machine for that would be plenty. And we did manage to fit, so yeah. Here, I'll show you the map. I mean, all these little circles, those are all nodes. Now, if they're black, then we tapped into them, like this one here, means we claimed it. If it's white, then we haven't claimed it, which means we haven't done any kind of processing off of it. So we've got plenty of nodes that we haven't done anything with.
Oh.
And yes, we have factories scattered all over the map. All depending on what kind of resource that factory needs. But with the trains, we also import materials from other factories. Which reminds me, I need to check the math on this. Maxed out. Yeah, I'm barely gonna put a dent in our alclad aluminum sheets. Now that I've looked at what I need, Bit Viper, between the crystal oscillators and the alclad sheets, one car for each is all we are going to need here. Even if I decided to double the production here, still only one car per sheets and oscillators is all that's needed. We will not need to expand that.
All right.
Well, because the alclad sheets, I'm only using 112.5 per minute. And the crystal oscillators, I'm using 12.5 per minute. So, yeah. So I'm barely putting a dent on either one of those factories, which is honestly kind of nice that we don't have to go back and redo something. All right. Oh, no worries, buddy. Now, the way I was going to do this, 300, 300, 300, 300. All right, and that's going to go into these machines. I don't think I gave myself enough room. It's going to be tight. I think it's going to be a little too tight.
Well, if we're going to do them in serial, you don't need, I don't need two of those rail stations, so.
Well, I mean, you'll need a rail station for each product.
Right, but they won't need to be where they are.
Right.
The two nearest you won't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Alright, so this... Really wish I could pick up the, pick up a machine and be able to move it a little bit if I notice it's not quite where I wanted it. I'm gonna do it that way.
Oh, come
Alright, fine, we'll do it this way. that'll make it easier to run the manifold. So now we're going to throw down a merger. So I know how I want to do this for this. So I was thinking about this, and I'm going to use the merger to go to the one that needs the least first, and then to the other two. Alright, so merger. Make sure you get lined up.
So just one station per.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Why? Aha! Well, this could be a problem. How did that happen?
Then this goes there.
The question is, which one of these?
Oh. I forgot to rotate the splitter.
That's why I was running out of power.
Autosave. Got those set. You got that. Okay, now.
Two.
Where's the output on that pipe? I need to put a hole. You run in a straight line like that. It's actually... I don't think this is going to work. Oh, it did. There. Then add that there. Oh, that looks really nice. Oh, I like the look of that. That's fantastic. Head about a pipe shape. There we go. Then we add a valve here. Alright, so that's going to be bringing 312 down. Wait a minute, did I do something wrong? I mean, the most we can do is 600, so... It's 200. $500. Alright, reduce this down to half. Oh, come on, autosave. That's 100. That's 500. That up there is doing 312. That wants 75 dark matter crystals per minute. 312.5. That's going to do 50 per minute. If I set this to 25, oh, well, that's inconvenient. That's going to want 250. That's 750 dark residue matter per minute. And the pipe can only handle 600. I need better pipes. Alright, I'm going to grab a smoke real quick while we're looking at this math. Because with that being like that, then that means that machine up at the top is going to be constantly choking because it's not getting enough of the crystals. But we've maxed out on our SAM. Well, not quite maxed out. We hadn't started slooping things. But even slooping isn't going to help us because it's the pipe. What in the world is going on down there? So, alright. Slooping.
Alright, tracks are done coming in.
What was that?
Rail is done coming in whenever you have a chance to have a look at it.
Okay. Give me a minute to finish the smoke and I'll take a look. I trust you. Besides, I have no idea about rail lines.
Oh, I'm just thinking aesthetics, see what you think.
Okay.
I know they're good for function.
Sorry, I'm working pipe math in my head, and you know how much I love doing pipe math in my head. Oh.
You're welcome to it.
I can split the pipe that way. 2 pipes coming off. Bring that down. There is a way to do this. It's going to be an interesting use of valves. I'm going to use the valves to make the pipe actually have a true splitter. That's going to be a first for me. Oh yeah, that looks good. So then let's use these 2 rear stations for our imports, and we'll use the last station for the export. So 1 for sheets, 1 for crystal oscillators, and the last one for the stuff we're making here. Okay. Pondering this. So I need more than what I'm getting.
What's being made here?
Superposition oscillators. Superposition oscillators.
what's the second thing we're bringing in?
What's the first one you got?
Sheets.
Crystal oscillators. Oh, no, I still got to run that pipeline up. So there's a reason I don't have a pipe run to that machine there yet, chat, because it's actually making something different. Right now I'm just working on the dark matter. $500 per minute. The other one needs $250 per minute. That gets our 75 per minute. And we're going to be exact on this. So if we leave that set like that, that's 250. That's 750. So 250 over here. Oh wait, how did that happen? Oh no, that's right. Okay, never mind. Just looked freaky from that one angle. $750. I'll make the pipe go one direction. I think I can split it. Put a valve on either end, limiting the flow both directions, and dividing that 312. So 312.8 divided by 2, 156.4, so the valves have to be set to. Which means I think I've got these backwards.
Would I be correct in understanding that there is not yet any train going to there are no trains currently grabbing aluminum sheets?
I think there's one. That's fine. That's fine. They can use the same station.
Well, that's what I'm looking for, is to see if there's anything already going there, but I'm not seeing anything in the train list.
Yeah, he's got the sheet export.
You got a station. There's an export station, but I'm not seeing any train going there.
No, you're supposed to build a fresh train for each one of these stations.
Well, that's what I was checking on. Because my thought was if he's already got something making a circuit, I could add a stop to that train rather than making another one congested.
No, separate train. And the reason being is that if you add extra stops to it, then you're going to delay production in other facilities.
Potentially, yeah.
Not eventually. That'd be almost instant.
And for the export, don't do any train. That would be for whenever a station, whenever we build a station that's asking for that, that'll build that train.
Correct.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure I'm doing things the way they have been done.
Oh.
Why did I not do that? Okay. Trade it now.
I just don't know if that'll work. I get power over here so I can hover and build.
Let's see which way this train going. This train is going that way.
Alright, so we got our 3 machines. We've got this one. It's making 100 per minute. If I divide that. Oh, crap. My math's not going to play nice. How to run so I want to try getting this full 75 up there if I can figure out a way to make the pipeline actually do it. Really, that just means break off a machine. Okay. I have an idea. That's making 250. That's making 250. This wants 500. Alright, so those 2 machines fill into this one. Then this machine wants 250. Probably got 300 coming down. Okay, so if I got 318 coming down, then swap that around. Which unfortunately screws up my manifold that I had planned, but it is what it is. Alright, so max this out. And then take this one, bring it down to that. There's our 100 residue. So we're going to have to break this here. That's not going to do that.
Okay, now where is this train track going?
Oh, that looks awesome. Okay, now. Alright, so now we need a splitter like this. Up higher. Yeah. That's gonna go there. Then
Wow.
I'm gonna put a valve here. That's gonna limit that. And now turn that vertical. And then okay. So now, ow. It's 250 per minute, so that's 500 coming in from those. This only has 100. Okay. This wants 250, so I need 150. Oh wait. Crap. I think that'd be easier. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Get rid of the valve that's there. And then let's change the valve. Valve does not like the way that pipe's made. Okay. Valves don't like curved pipes. That valve there. Now configure this valve to 150. All right, now 312.8 minus 150, 162.8. Okay, 162.8. Minus 162.8, 337.2. Alright. So we limit this to 337.2. in theory, that's going to work. So I'm limiting what can be in the pipe. Pull from the top first. And limiting that to this 150. And it's only got 100 coming through it anyways, so don't need to add a valve there. Alright, theoretically, I've got this pipeline working in a way that it's probably not designed to.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, well, the need is 750 of the dark matter residue per minute, and of course the pipes are typically limited to 600. But I think that by adding the valves the way that I did, I think I created a pipeline that's actually going to run 750, even though 600 is the limit. But I did it through careful use of valves, is what I did. Whether or not that works, well, we'll have to discover that later. Alright, now that needs a place to go. Put a pipeline floor hole somewhere around there. That's going to run from there. Oh, it's too long. Oh, we can make it curved. Okay, that works out perfect. So then this will come from here to there. Alright, which lets us then belt the rest of the materials into this. This has got some freaky looking pipe work on it now.
But it doesn't have any power yet.
No, I'm not running power to it yet because I haven't even ran the SAM down here. All I've been doing is organizing the logistics and the pieces so that when I do get power ran over here, we can just let it run. Because I'm going to let it run with the reanimated SAM first and let that do a little bit of a backup. Then go into the next machine, let that back up a little bit.
My point was I couldn't fly over here.
Well, yeah, I talked about that earlier. I've been having to do some interesting finagling with my jetpack to get some of this stuff done.
How was that?
Hey, Dave Ante. Alright, so I think I've got all this in place. So next, we need to drop a tier 3 drill on that SAM and maximize its output. So we get the full 1200 because I'm going to be using all 1200 a minute. This will be the first factory we've really built that's designed to take advantage of the full 1200 output.
All right, where is the CM? The CM is right up top of us.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to require running probably multiple lifts down.
Nope. Only need one.
Sorry, I'm grabbing a smoke, but you see the constructors on the, I want to call it the beginning of the factory.
Yep.
That's where that needs to manifold into those
Okay.
those 4 constructors. So, like for instance, I want to power the drill first to go ahead and get the belt full. Then power the constructors, let them fill up. Once we got those filled up, then power our converters. Once those are filled up, then power the particle accelerators, and then finally power the quantum thing up on top.
Let's see. Mark III miner, fully powered up, right?
Yes, maxed out. How you been doing, Dave, Ante? Alright, so that's got that going. Well, that could be already powered on. Where's the power on these things? Oh, it's back here. Okay. How do we want to do that? Hey, I think it's going to be awesome when this thing's powered on, because it's using nothing but super powered machines except for those 4 constructors. watch our power grid choke.
And we thought we had all the power possible and necessary.
Well, we will once we finish this spatial energy regulation, because then apparently it'll take all those alien power augmenters and bump them up to ×4 rather than ×2.
That could be useful.
At least that's how I understand it. Yeah, the reason it's fluctuating, chat, is because I've got a geyser running, so it's going to constantly fluctuate. Interesting that all I need is pipelines on this side. And then... Oh. Okay. We can power on the constructors to have the reanimated Sam backed up, ready to go. But the rest of it we're going to have to power on all at the same time. That way we don't wind up with a hydro lock. Check something. Okay. Alright, so...
There, one elevator.
Did we already get the trains put in and have them going out to pick up stuff and deliver?
Nope, because I don't know where to run the track from where it is. I don't know where to run the other end of the track.
I'd already pointed that out.
Okay.
That was the part that I knew was going to wind up being a little challenging. Oh, you came through that way. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that would definitely make it a challenge with the way you did that.
I mean, I can loop back. That's easy enough.
Yeah. That's definitely built different than what I had pictured in my head. But with the stuff that's over here, That could make it a pain in the tush as well.
And from what I see, my options are either to loop back or to run down the next alleyway down here.
Well, the thing is, you never connected over to the other side. That's where you're supposed to be coming in from.
On the other side of the factory?
Yeah, and you connected to the exit point.
Okay. Well, that was my confusion, is because from what I was visualizing, I got 2 entry points and nowhere to go on this side.
Right. You didn't go to the other part of the factory. So, here, follow me.
Ah! Yep, that would work better if I had my jetpack on instead of my power pack. And, doggone it. Well, I'll get there eventually.
So, this is where I expected to have the line come in from, and then head this way.
Where'd you run off to? Okay, where am I at? Relative to other things. Okay.
I'm standing still.
Okay, I see where you're at.
I'll wait till you make it over here. Okay, and then from here, go around the plastic factory, right?
Yep.
Then you come through here.
Lost track of you again. There you go.
And that, hey, where you got this one piece of the line, that's actually not a bad spot. But you come in from here, right?
Yep. Yep.
And then on the other side of the line, you go around, you wrap around the factory and come in
okay.
and then connect into where you initially split off from.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, we can do that.
Saying that gives you a solid import-export location.
Nope, we can do that.
And by doing it that way, it gives the trains a way to, select their own best route.
Let's get you some product first here. That sounded bad.
I see you gotta run a spine. Nice. Yeah, the spine always looks nice when you do that. Although that's the wrong...
Yeah, because I have 5 as my default still.
I do like the fact that this new belt actually has arrows on it that tells you what direction it's going.
Yeah, definitely.
Now that nugget of uranium is going to be in your way with you pointing it that way. It's not going to let you run a belt through that.
No, I can't run through a nugget.
No.
That's no fair. That's no fair. I object. Ow.
Okay, hold on. I got back to main menu. Cause I was seeing the desync happen hard. I mean, I was walking around stuttering. Yep, 517 ping. There we go.
There's power up here. I don't know if you want to use that. I mean,
Yeah.
I just put power up here to so I could fly up.
Yeah, just go ahead and use it.
Okay, to power it up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, that's the first step in this entire process.